Put on a new set of shocks. Of course, actually this video would apply to any shocks, but the one I'm talking about here is a new shock from Progressive Suspension. They're 425 series. The 425 series is designed to give you a shock that is somewhere between the stock and the more expensive $1,200 to $3,000 per set shocks. Nice dual rate spring. We've got preload adjustments like the expensive ones. We do not have the rebound adjustments, compression, and other things. These run $350 for a pair, front or rear. So you could buy, all four for $700. These also are going to help you on a rebound. So if you're bottoming out on the front, they are designed to help eliminate that issue. So we're going to get them installed. Give them a try and see what we think. Unfortunately, we got to take ours back off because we're going to race this in a GNCC and we can't have aftermarket shocks. Okay, the first thing you want to do is take off the bottom or the top. It really doesn't matter. I'm going to take off the bottom. Need a 14 millimeter and a 17. All right. Pull your bolt out. Change tools real quick. Alright, again 14 millimeter and 17 millimeter. Stock shock is out. Just want to go ahead and give you a comparison, side by side comparison right here. Got a much beefier spring. The shock itself internally is much larger. You can take a look at the tail end here and see that he's got much more volume inside here, and that's going to help you on that rebound. Alright, first of all, you got to be smarter than what you installing. I grabbed the rear, so the comparison I was comparing was actually a rear up front. But you see that the coils are just a slight bit smaller on this front shock. The basic shock itself inside is the same. So I'm going to start at the top. Put that one back in. Bottom. Bolt. I mean, it sure is nice having a forklift, I can tell you that. Okay, put my 17 millimeter nut back on the top. Having a little difficulty with the one on the bottom going through. There it goes. All right. Okay, tighten them up. I mean, that's give it a good hand tight. Don't always depend on the tool. This is a handy gadget here. I don't use it very often, but a battery operated ratchet for when you can't get in there with my other tool. Front shock, that's all it is to it. We're going to switch over to the rear, show you how to do the rear right quick, take this thing for a spin. Okay, we are going to take these rears off. Nothing to it. I took my tire off, still got it on the forklift like I did on the front. 14 millimeter on this side, 17 on the other. Anybody like to place a wager to whether I loosened these up prior to turn the camera on? I think I didn't. You lose that bet. I got a basically brand new Rhino here. I've had it about 6 months. It's got 40 miles on it, so it's relatively easy to get all the bolts and nuts out. Now down inside here you may have a little bit more problem. It's sure nice, like I said, having it picked up, but you're definitely going to have to get your tires off of it. And again, it's a 14 and 17 millimeter. I'm just telling Kyle with the camera off, I sure hate using manual tools. Alright, down in here you're pretty much going to have to get it, and I would recommend on the rear, taking this top one off first, because there is some tension on this. Be careful tapping it too, that you don't hit your threads. Oh boy. Tell you what. Alright, I lifted my bed up a little bit. I've got a harness bar up there, but I should, lifting it up, should have moved it, got it to where this bolt will clear this. Alright. Sometimes you have to unscrew it as you go, but you'll also take a chance of messing your threads up. Okay, but what this does, it allows you easier access to the bolt in the bottom. Okay, we're going to show you the difference here too. Is, you know, there's not a whole lot of difference in the springs themselves on the new ones and the old. Again, what's different is the internal shock itself, and again, it's for damper. Our experience here is that the stock shocks lose, the springs lose a lot and they start sagging. Some of you guys might be purchasing these just for this reason. Put the bottom in first and then the top. Okay, now I'm gonna have to pick up just a little. Get Kyle to push that in when I pick up. Go ahead. Alright, now simply put your nuts back on. There's that one, and you don't do what I just did. You know, sometimes I don't edit stuff out because you guys need to see when I mess up so that you don't do the same thing. And I'm gonna let the curiosity kill you and not tell you what I did just yet. I'll tell you in a second. See how much of a pain in the butt it is? See, now that you're watching this video, you won't run into the problem that I'm having, which is I got to get this sucker back out, and I'll tell you why. Take them all out. Here's the reason. One's longer than the other. I put them in the wrong hole. Long one goes in at the top, short one in the bottom. Okay. Alright, Kyle, push it back in when I pick up. Alright. Now see, I'm telling you, these videos, even though I get to screw up, be worth the trouble of watching them. And the fact that nobody else you buy from is going to go to all this trouble for you. Alright. Tighten that back up. Then tighten the other and back up, and that's pretty much it.